Fast Money friend and Deepwater Asset Management managing partner, Gene Munster. Gene, always good to get your take on things. What do you make of Google's AI advancements? I don't know if you want to call it advancements at this point.
Melissa, I think we learned a fair amount today. And we learned first that the landscape's changing more fast than what they had expected. Their opening comments around search, they said it's been a profound change over the past year. Second, we learned that their answer is AI mode. And third, and basically what AI mode is, think of it as AI overviews or just a generative search result that has ads wrapped around it. So it's not the pure kind of GPT simple answer. And then the third piece that we learned was that Google's not willing to rip the Band-Aid off. And not that they should, given that they've got 2.2 billion people that use search 20 plus times a day. I mean, just huge muscle memory there. But that's something that really stuck out. And I think that's what investors were hoping, was that they would be a little bit more aggressive. Effectively, what Google is telling those users that really haven't got the bug related to generative AI yet is just trust us. We're going to have a great experience. No need to look over here. My sense is that over time, people will just still find their way to these more simplified results. But I think we learned a lot, and we learned that Google understands there's a lot at stake here.
Gene, obviously your take is extraordinarily important, but Ben writes, I think it was the end of March or early April, and I don't think he made this comparison likely, but he compared Google with Eastman Kodak, which again, he obviously thought about that. Thoughts on the potential for them to become as irrelevant as Kodak did seemingly overnight?
So my version of that isn't quite as harsh. It's that they're the next eBay. And I don't know how long it took Eastman Kodak to wind down, but I was recently looking at how long it took Netflix for their DVD business. And by the way, we recently had a conversation about OtterBox, same thing, Redbox, is that it took 16 years from the time that Netflix announced that they were going to effectively focus on in 2007 on the streaming business. They shut it down in 2022 or 2023. So what does that tell us as we think about that Eastman Kodak or that eBay, is that this is going to take a long time. And despite the fact that things are moving at a profound speed, and I'm a person who I just quick jump forward 1, 2, 5 years and kind of think down there. And the reality is that Google's going to have a good search quarter between here and there, and the stock's going to skyrocket. And then it's going to kind of drift back down until they really answer that question. A true offering that competes with these other generative, very simple answers. I think that's ultimately what they need.
Well, are they moving fast enough to answer that question, Gene? Because if the stock is going to be caught in a range because of the lack of an answer to that question, then it's I don't know, it's not a holding that you hold and you set and forget it kind of thing.
Definitely don't hold and forget it. And they've got time here. I mean, again, muscle memory, 20 times a day, 2.2 billion people use their product. I mean, that is just unprecedented. And that gives them room to figure this stuff out. And those people, we obsess about this. But the average person just likes Google. And they find ways to use it. They don't want the Band-Aid to get ripped off. And so I think that they do have time. And right now, my sense as an investor, I don't have time for this. We don't own the stock anymore. But I think that as we kind of move forward, they're going to still have good pockets here. Then investors are going to say it's not happening as fast as we thought it will be. And so you just kind of have this bumpy road down. Definitely don't want to rule them out. I mean, make no mistake, they got an incredible brand, but they probably need to they do need to innovate beyond what they're showing with AI mode.
But gee, I'm curious though, because as they continue to push AI mode and AI tabs to the average, Google search person. And let's say more and more people use those tabs, but they're not monetizing. They can have a good search quarter, but advertising-wise, it might not be a good quarter.
Well, basically why they did AI mode is because they still have search shots on net. I mean, it will show you a generative result, but at least I watched the demo twice. There's basically paid links on the bottom and the side. And so what's unique is you can keep going down a thread, which you really can't do with AI overviews today. Mm-hmm. It doesn't allow you to keep going down there. So that's something that definitely is better. But to answer your question, I mean, they promoted this 10% increase in search and there's more usage, and that's just shots on net. So that's how they can kind of keep moving along here, is that as more people do it, they can capture those blue links.